You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Wednesday, May 20th. I'd like to share some thoughts about founders. 4 stories today that matter to international founders, VCs, and accelerators watching Korea. First, a Korean startup called Nuna unveiled an AI-native operating system at Stanford this week. Their thesis is interesting. Instead of running AI inside individual apps, the operating system itself fetches relevant personal information and presents suggestions. The user selects rather than types. Data stays on device through a blockchain-based MyData architecture, so personal information never reaches big tech servers. Commercial pricing $800 to $1,000. The company is headquartered in San Francisco, with the Korean entity called Blockchain Labs. This dual jurisdiction structure is the pattern most Korean deep tech founders with global ambitions are now using. Second, Kiwoom Securities committed 200 billion won, about $145 million, to a new mother fund explicitly designed to pursue secondary investments. This matters for founders. When LPs cannot exit, GPs price defensively and your Series A and B terms get harder. As secondary liquidity builds, early investors can take partial exits without forcing a full company sale. The Korea Development Bank's 120 billion won commitment last month, combined with Kiwoom's 200 billion, is a meaningful step change. Third, Musinsa is targeting a KOSPI IPO at a 10 trillion won valuation, with a preliminary review filing expected in August. That is about $7.2 billion, the largest Korean IPO of 2026. Korea Investment is lead underwriter, with KOSPI Securities, Citi, and JP Morgan joined. Here is the tension. At 10 trillion won, the implied EV to EBITDA multiple is over 40 times. The private secondary market is trading Musinsa at half that. Foreign capital is cautious on consumer e-commerce multiples after the 2022 to 2024 reset. The valuation gap will be the watch item. Fourth, NextRise 2026 in June, Asia's biggest startup fair, jointly hosted by the Korea International Trade Association and the Korea Development Bank. 1,700 startups, more than 300 corporate and VC participants. First-time attendance from OpenAI and Palantir. Returning: Google, Anthropic, NVIDIA, Perplexity. France is the featured country, with 20-plus French startups including Renault. For Korean startups looking for U.S. enterprise AI partnerships, the access has never been wider. 2 quick notes. The Musk versus OpenAI verdict was unanimous. OpenAI won, and the 2026 IPO is now substantially de-risked. And the government's Everyone Startup program drew 62,944 applications, with 540 from foreign founders. Watch June 18th and 19th for NextRise, and August for the Musinsa filing. That's today's AI Prism, Founders. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting, and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Juan Ifra award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.